Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win, or you find a way to lose. Malik Scott, kind of interesting individual, isn't he? Ever since he hooked up with Deontay Wilder, now we know they've been friends for a long time. You know, they fought, they sparred. Guys have, lived together when they were both sparring partners for other fighters' camps. Again, I've said, they fought Deontay Wilder, knocked him out. But nonetheless, they seem to have a special relationship, okay? But Malik Scott is pretty vocal. And when he talks about Deontay Wilder, he's pretty passionate and pretty convincing that Deontay Wilder is a different fighter today than he was in his previous fights before Malik Scott came on as a head trainer. Now, Jay Diaz is still kind of lingering in the back there somewhere, right? They got rid of the other guy, Mark Breland. It is what it is. But this is the thing. Malik Scott, he's kind of screaming for Wilder versus Tyson Fury 4. And he's also screaming for other big names in the heavyweight division, which there are only two. Usyk and AJ. They understand what they have to do with Andy Ruiz, but they are not looking for that fight, but they will if they have to. Because they said they're not looking for necessarily a bigger fight, but they want better fights. And when you look at Andy Ruiz, when they say they want something better than fighting Andy Ruiz, I mean, not necessarily bigger. I mean, the only direction you can go is up. And from there, I mean, Jalil Zhang isn't the answer. Hrgovic isn't the answer. It's really Usyk, AJ, or Fury. Now, they did say that they want the Fury 4 fight. And my thing is, what is it that they feel this new Deontay Wilder can do differently? Now, if you've been following the channel, I did a video and I kind of traced everything back to Tyson Fury, Klitschko, ups and downs, suicidal, drugs, controversial things he was saying in the media, leaving boxing, wanting to kill himself, then finding his way back to boxing. At the time when he found his way back to boxing, he had this guy Kinahan that he ran into. Kinahan got behind him and knew that he could guide him to unbelievable wealth, right? Now remember, these aren't my words. You go watch the video. There's some stuff said there. But long story short, without rehashing that whole video, Malik Scott and Deontay Wilder and a lot of other people believe that there was foul play in those Fury fights. First one, second one, and third one. Now, if you watch the video I did, what I say is there's some stuff going on here. Too many things for us to just turn a blind eye. But what I will say now, there are a lot of people. Someone put a comment in there to me, oh, you always say a lot of people say this, a lot of people say that to push your theories. Look, man, a lot of people are saying it. I'm creating a video, so I'm going to tell you what a lot of people are saying, and then I'll also talk about my opinion, right? So, easy. But a lot of people are saying Deontay Wilder should not get back in the ring with Tyson Fury. There's no way in the world he can win. But then there's that little population that continues to grow. The more they really take a look at what happened with Deontay Wilder in those fights with Fury, and how Fury, after he kind of hooked up with his Kinahan guy in his second part of his career, the direction has gone, right? There are a lot of people who are saying, you know what? This is the opportunity for Deontay Wilder to get in there on a level playing field and get his win. Now, what I will say is this, right? Tyson Fury even said if he and Deontay Wilder fought 10 times, Tyson Fury would beat him 9 out of 10. So Tyson Fury he's realistic about getting in there with a guy like Deontay Wilder because he knows Deontay Wilder has a puncher's chance. And he's felt that power and he's gone down. And that third fight between the two of them was violent. And it was hard on both of them. We saw Deontay Wilder, of course he lost the fight. He was all over the place, exhausted. He just had nothing left to give. Like, that's what you call going out on your shield. But Tyson Fury got hurt a lot in that fight. Every round Tyson Fury was getting hurt. I watched that fight about 5 times. Tyson Fury was getting hurt. That's why Tyson Fury speaks the way he does about Deontay Wilder. He doesn't even try to really insult him anymore. He knows that. And he even said at the end of the fight, he gave Deontay Wilder his props. He said something at the end of the fight about him winning, but it was something. I think he actually thanked God. It was his Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, is the reason why he came out victorious, because he know what Deontay Wilder put him through. But my thing is this. My question to you is this, right? Is Malik Scott, does he know something that we don't know? Because I'm going to be quite honest with you. Of course, Deontay Wilder has a puncher's chance. He has a puncher's chance. But Deontay Wilder, with this new movement that he's doing, the lateral movement, in and out, fancy feet, jabbing to the body, trying to be more, kind of being a counter puncher, still has the 1-2 punch, but with all these other things he's working on, is that really going to be enough if he gets into it with Tyson Fury, who, it doesn't matter if Tyson Fury was involved with the mob, if the mob influenced the fights or not, right? I think we can all agree on this, that Tyson Fury is the better boxer. Tyson Fury is the bigger man. Tyson Fury knows how to use his side, and Tyson Fury knows how to slow you down and tire you and get you out of your fight. So my thing is, what is it that Malik Scott sees or knows that makes him scream for Wilder versus Fury 4? When you go through here and you read the comments, and you go on Twitter and you're on YouTube and you read comments, even for the videos I've done, you read the comments. A lot of people are saying that basically they don't want to see the fight. Now, there are a lot of us who do want to see it because we're just boxing fans, but there are people saying they don't want to see it. But my thing is, people will say all kind of crap. If you went out here and you watch Tyson Fury versus Chisora, what was that, 3? If you'll watch that, you'll watch Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury 4. Now, I'm just being honest with you. Malik Scott, he even came out and was talking about the mystery opponent. And that mystery opponent, my understanding, is supposed to be Usyk. We know right now you got Jake Paul and Tommy Fury supposed to be fighting in April. This whole thing about Usyk and Tyson Fury, that ain't happening in February. That ain't happening in March or April. Now, Tyson Fury fight's not happening in Saudi Arabia, is my understanding. It's supposed to be happening in the UK. So now Usyk and Tyson Fury are at odds over the purse split. So what you're seeing here is there's an aperture that is opening up, and that is giving opportunity to, if they can't sort it out, for Usyk to find it out, and for Deontay Wilder and his team to maybe come together and say, now let's try to make this fight. The problem is you got Daniel Dubois and you have Flip Hrgovic, who are the mandatories to the belts that Usyk has. How they're going to get around that, I don't know. Because Frank Warren, number one, he's got Daniel Dubois and he's got Tyson Fury. So if Tyson Fury doesn't get the shot for whatever reason, they throw Dubois in there, he'll be happy with that. It's one of his guys. They know Usyk could beat Dubois, so they're not worried about it. Then you got Eddie Hearn, Fast Eddie, from Snatch Room Boxing. Snatch Room, because any way for him to snatch the money up, he's going to do it with all that debt that he and DAZN have going on. But we know Fast Eddie, he's going to fight tooth and nail to get Hrgovic in there with Usyk, and he'll be praying. He'll be crossing the T's. That man will be crossing the street. He'll be calling the Red Cross. He'll be playing hot cross buns. That Hrgovic gets that fight with Usyk, and that Hrgovic pulls off the win and brings all those belts back over to Snatch Room. But let's just say, just like what Malik Scott said, and the author of the article that I read, right? I don't think it was Coppinger, it was someone else. But what they said with Deontay Wilder and his position, he gets special privileges, a special permit, kind of like this crap with Errol Spence going on, right? To where things happen. And he could get that fight with the mystery opponent. But if they made Wilder versus Usyk, there is a good chance that Wilder knocks Usyk out. Now, I understand what people are saying about what Usyk did to AJ. I get it. AJ tried to box. You can't do that. And AJ's output wasn't enough to disrupt the high volume of punches from all those weird angles that were coming from Usyk. So that's why AJ lost, okay? And he was more or less worried about what was coming back at him, as opposed to him holding his ground, being the bigger, more powerful man, and letting the shots go, especially that classic uppercut hook that he throws. He would have, I'm telling you, Usyk's head would have been up in the balcony. But AJ just didn't want to commit to letting no shots go. So we will see what happens. Now, for those of you saying, no, there's no way in the world it will happen, my thing is this. Look, don't post that in the comments. I don't want to hear that. Because obviously you're not paying attention to what's going on in boxing right now. There's all kind of things going on that don't make sense. From, you got mandatories getting pushed over an undisputed distinction taking place. You got Errol Spence getting afforded an opportunity to go fight for a WBC sanctioned bout, but no title on the line against the mandatory at 147. And depending on what happens, the fight could still check the box for the mandatory obligation. Also, depending on who wins the fight, they'll decide then what they're going to do. If, let's say Thurman was the winner, if he decides to continue fighting at 147, then maybe they give him the belt. Like craziness, man. So don't post crap down there, man, like I don't know what the hell's going on or what makes sense. I know what the hell makes sense. And none of it makes sense. And as a result, I would not be surprised if damn Deontay Wilder and all of a sudden Usyk end up getting into a little scrap. And Dubois gets pushed to the side, Hrgovic gets pushed to the side, Tyson Fury gets set aside too because he wants more money than Usyk. And then what you see happening is somehow Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury fight for the undisputed distinction. Complete madness going on. But at the end of the day, I'm just not understanding what it is Malik Scott, what he knows or what he sees. I understand he fought Wilder. He knows the punch. He trains him. He knows how he hits. I mean, we all know Deontay Wilder can hit. He's knocked out 100% of the opponents he's faced. Everyone he's touched, he's knocked out. Whether TKO or out cold, he's knocked them all out. Okay? And I already, like I said in another video, Tyson Fury, yeah, he can't, he got up, but his ass was knocked out cold. So you got to give Wilder credit for a knockout. So maybe there's something that Malik Scott sees, but for me, Deontay Wilder, with the type of damage he took in that second and third fight, I just would hate to see him getting here with Tyson Fury, and same thing happen. Like we just can't afford to see nothing like that happen to him. When you take that kind of damage, man, It messes you up. But at the end of the day, there's something going on out there, because even if, look, at the end of the day, Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, they could be on a collision course for that fourth fight anyway, because I just don't see Deontay Wilder losing to Andy Ruiz. I know there's a few people out there who think Andy Ruiz will beat Deontay Wilder. I don't see that. So one way or the other, Deontay Wilder is going to be in position to fight for either the unified or for an undisputed bout. Because if Tyson Fury does fight Usyk, Tyson Fury will beat him. I think so. And then you got Tyson Fury with all those belts, and then he and Wilder have to go again, or Tyson Fury just drops the belts and retire. Okay, and then you're going to have kind of what's going to happen if Errol Spence goes up, stays at 154, and drops all three of those belts. Then you're going to see all kind of fights happening and guys picking up belts. So that being said, Malik Scott screaming for Wilder Fury 4. Maybe he feels that Tyson Fury can't get away with all the different allegations that they have out there about him. You know, and like I said, there's so many things out there. Watch that video I did, man. It's pretty interesting. Makes you wonder, the hell's going on? There's no proof, like I said, but it makes you wonder, the hell Tyson Fury and what kind of advantages he really had, from judges to the referee to the commission to everything. Okay, doesn't take away from Tyson Fury being an outstanding fighter. I'm just saying, makes you wonder. And that being said, it makes me wonder why Scott would even want to risk throwing Deontay Wilder back into a fight with him, especially now that Tyson Fury can't even come back stateside. And Tyson Fury's not coming back stateside anytime soon. I don't know if you guys are following all this crap going on with Kinahan. Some of Kinahan's supposed to be loyal, fellow mob bosses or associates, they're turning on him. They're turning on him. Let me tell you, it's just a matter of time. Matter of time before more people turn. Look, when things get quiet like this, something like this, these feds going after you and RICO cases and stuff, when it gets quiet like this, that means there's some work being done. And I'm telling you, do not be surprised when you start seeing people fall. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Because once they start putting that pressure on people, man, they say, you know, pressure bursts pipes, right? People start talking. And that's what I'm waiting for. Yeah, I don't wish bad on no one. If there's no foul play, let's hope that comes out and great. But if there's foul play and the feds putting pressure on the right people, they're gonna get answers. They're gonna get answers. And it's gonna be a sad, sad day. Bob Arum, Kugan Cassius, all kind of people over there, man, in the UK, in those boxing circles, all kind of people here stateside who had involvement with this fool. Man, don't be surprised if Kinahan ends up getting extradited back into the States and somehow he, like Epstein, commits suicide in the prison. Because, you know, things like that happen, right? But all in all, man, y'all be cool. Malik Scott, he wants Deontay Wilder against AJ. He wants him against Fury. He wants him against Usyk. He feels that this version of Deontay Wilder beats them all. He feels that he beats Tyson Fury. You know, I'm not so sure. But what I will say is Malik Scott is screaming for those fights. And the way it looks, Deontay Wilder, if he doesn't get Usyk, he has to fight Ruiz. He's going to be getting Tyson Fury one way or the other. And we're going to see just what kind of trainer Malik Scott is. Because if he can get Wilder to a point to where Wilder can pull off the shocking upset, then Malik Scott was probably right. That being said, man, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents, in the breeze.